Okay, we're doing Seeing Light, page 125 in your science book. All right, here we go. Because I forgot to start taping at the beginning, they're going to get this first paragraph twice. So they should be very knowledgeable about what we're talking about.
Baseball.
Okay, here we go. Baseball, yeah, it's baseball. All right, shh. Now, the pitcher goes into her windup, keeping her eye on the strike. I'll even do it with more enthusiasm this time. Okay? The batter watches the pitcher release the ball, then swings. Crack. She drops the bat, sprints towards first base. From your seat, you watch the ball travel towards the outfield. Will it be a base hit? The left fielder watches the ball speed towards her, is over her head for a double. The players and the spectators alike follow the first rule of baseball. Keep your eye on the ball. But as the ball moves near and far, your eye must adjust continuously to keep in focus. Okay, to keep the ball in focus. Fortunately, this change of focus happens automatically. Okay, so could you imagine if your eye was like a camera lens, where you had to, every time you wanted, you had like little knobs on the side of your head, where every time you wanted to see something, you had to sit there and adjust it. Yeah, that would be hard, wouldn't it?
I think you
So you would not have to, well, I mean, you wouldn't have to wear glasses, but then again, the knob would wear out and you'd have to have it replaced or something, so it wouldn't work. But it adjusts automatically, okay? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. How does your eye actually work and adjust like that? Okay, it's really pretty cool. This is what we talk about. When somebody tells you they can't see God, they were like a lot of sixth graders. They never paid any attention in science class. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I like Brady. Brady said, "Open your eyes."
No.
See, it's funny because we're talking about eyes. What, Leo?
In space, there are actual pictures of like hands and like,
Yes, there is.
feet.
Yeah,
Like,
but you
yeah,
can you can see God. All you got to do is look around you. Looking at the human eye is enough to convince you that there indeed was. This did not just happen. This is a very intelligent designed piece of equipment right here, just like your entire body. Okay? So the human eye, okay? Your eye allows you to sense light. The eye is a complex structure with many parts. Okay, and you see the picture over there, and we're going to go over that in a second. Each part plays a role in your vision. You see objects when a process occurs that involves both your eye and your brain. Okay? So light enters the eye through the transparent front surface called the cornea. Okay? The cornea is actually there to protect the eye. Okay? It also acts as a lens to help focus light rays. We've been talking about that. After passing through the cornea, light enters the pupil, the part of the eye that looks black. It's actually a hole that allows light in. That's what it is. But it's protected by a number of different layers. Okay? After it passes through the cornea, the light enters the pupil, the part of the eyeball of the eye that looks black. The pupil is an opening through which light enters the inside of the eye. In dim light, the pupil becomes larger or to allow more light in. And we'll do that here in a second too. Okay, we'll get a couple of you up here and play with that. In bright light, the pupil becomes smaller to allow less light in. The iris is a ring of muscle that contracts and expands to change the size of the pupil. Okay? The iris is also what gives you your color of your eyes. Okay? But it's muscles is what it is. Okay? In most people, the iris is brown. Okay? That's kind of a dominant color. Others, it's blue, green, hazel, which is kind of a combination of all, and that's what I have. I have hazel eyes. My dad had blue eyes. My mother had brown eyes. My brothers and I had hazel. I have no idea.
Wait,
yes.
there are people have also had purple.
Leo, I'm sorry. I'm talking to this man right back here.
People have also had yellow, purple, and red eyes.
Purple eyes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're scrolling.
Okay. Stop. Not true at all. All right. An image forms after entering the pupil. The light passes through the lens. The lens is a convex lens that refracts light to form an image, okay, on the lining of your eyeball. Muscles, called the ciliary muscles, holds the lens in place behind the pupil. When you focus on a distant object, the ciliary lens muscle actually relaxes and allows the lens to become longer and thinner. Not your eyeball, but the lens behind
Wait, I thought
it.
if it contracted, it would get longer.
What did it just say? If it contracts, it brings it inward. It gets smaller. If it expands, it gets bigger. Okay?
Is it just mirrored as this,
Okay.
is the rod and third one?
Would you want to wait till we get there? Okay.
It looks like the seed.
When you focus on a nearby object, the muscle contracts and the lens becomes smaller and fatter, okay? Or shorter and fatter. When the cornea and the lens refract light, an upside down image is formed on the retina, okay? And the retina is a layer of cells that lines the inside of the eyeball, okay? The retina is made up of tiny light-sensitive cells that are called rods and cones. Rods are cells that contain a pigment that responds to a small amount of light. The rods allow you to see a dim light in dim light. Cone cells respond to color. Okay? They may detect red, green, or blue light. And cones responds best in bright light. So both rods and cones help change the image of the retina into a single that then travels to the brain,
Where it flips it back up.
where it then flips it back over. Yeah. Okay, because you're picking it up upside down. As it's entering your eyes, it's upside down. But by the time it gets to your optic nerve right behind your eyeball
You see it right side
and
up.
sends it to the brain, you're seeing it right side up. So it happens so quickly, you don't look at it and go, oh my gosh, that's upside down for a second. No. So it's just that quick. Okay? So a single goes to your brain. The rods in the cone send singles to the brain along a short, thick nerve called the optic nerve. The optic nerve begins at the blind spot, an area of the retina, so called because it has no rods or no cones. But your brain interprets the single as an upright image. It also combines the images from each of your eyes. Okay, you got to think about that. Okay? Into just a single three-dimensional image. Okay, so it's one thing for one eye to do that, but now both eyes are doing it, and it's doing it at the exact same time. Okay, because if this eye saw it 2 seconds before this eye, you're going to be all over the place, right? So, I mean, they're working together. It's happening at the same instant. Both eyes are doing everything it's supposed to do and getting that image flipped, so you're seeing everything the way you're supposed to see it. That's pretty amazing stuff. It really is. Yes?
Are the optic nerves connected at one point from both eyes to go to the brain, or do they just go along separate paths and get there at the same time to where you can?
You know, I'm thinking they connect. I'm thinking they do connect, and you just got to
Like,
be.
could they go back?
But I gotta be honest with you, Caleb, that's a great question. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not 100% sure about it. I'm thinking, it's been a long time since I had biology or taught biology. Actually, I never taught biology, I've taught marine biology, but we don't discuss eyeballs. Yes?
Wouldn't it? Well, my mom would know, but wouldn't it combine to make that image and then the brain flips it over? Like both of them, like it would travel on the optic nerve, come together, combine the image, and
And
then
then
go to the
flip it.
brain.
That's my thinking, that's what I am thinking. But I'm not 100% sure, and I try to make it a habit I try not to lie to sixth graders. If I don't know something, I just tell you I don't know it, okay? If I'm not 100% sure. I have no problem admitting I don't know everything in life. Okay? So if you look at the human eye, you'll see it. You got the cornea, which is the outer lens here. Okay? That's part that when you touch it, it kind of, if you jab something on there, it hurts a little bit. The iris is what gives it the color there, okay? You got the pupil, which is just a hole, but then back in the back of it, you've got a lens, okay? So you got, basically, you got two lenses here. Then you got the muscles here, the ciliary muscles that hold that lens into place. Then you got all the blood vessels in your eye, and if you've ever strained real hard or anything, or sometimes it just, have any of you ever popped a blood vessel in your eye?
Oh, my dad has.
Yeah, yeah. It absorbs it. The body will absorb the blood, but your eye, the blood vessels are very, very thin, and sometimes they will pop. The only thing that happens is your eye will get red for a little while, and then it clears up.
Cool.
And it clears
Does
up.
that hurt any?
At first, sometimes it'd be kind of like a sting, but no, sometimes it doesn't even hurt.
Like a bee?
All right.
When you put your contacts.
No, not like a bee. Not like a bee.
in my blood.
Yes, Mr. Webb.
Right here, like
Stop talking, Leo, please.
You're trying to make pupil, like it's clear, it's see-through.
Yes.
That's,
We're
I
talking
thought.
about the cornea.
That's cool. Like, if the light comes through, goes through the lens, and the lens focuses it on the retina.
Yes. Yeah, it comes back. I mean, it's got to hit all the rods and everything back here in the back.
So what's like the white part?
Yes.
Doesn't your eye or your hand, aren't they like the one with the most nerves? I can't remember which has the most. But aren't they like, don't they have like the most nerves in your body? Your eyes and your hands?
Yeah, I think that's right.
I can't, I
Most
think it's your
bones.
hands that has more, but I can't
Yeah, out of all your bones, your hand's got more bones or something than anything else. Yeah.
What was the job of the pupil again?
The what?
What was the job of the pupil again?
Where's your book?
Yeah, I left it at home.
Oh my
Yeah, so
goodness.
Yeah, I can't remember
The
which
pupil
is
is
the
an
most,
opening
but
through
I
which
think
the
it's
light
like-
enters.
But I think
Okay.
it's like your hand and your eye that have the most
Okay.
nerves.
Yeah. All right. But you see here, the pupil and the iris. The iris controls the size of the pupil, which determines how much light enters the eye. If you shine, we're going to take a little flashlight and shine it right in somebody's eye, and you'll see their pupil get smaller.
Whoa.
And then when you pull it away, their pupil will get bigger.
That's like a cat.
Okay.
I can
Um,
No, actually, that
You'll
has
see
to
the
be-
lens and the, I'm sorry, do you hear me talking? Okay, do you hear me? I hear myself, I don't understand why you can't hear me. Lens and the ciliary muscles, you'd see there, it holds the lens in place back behind. The retina back here, and you'll see it's just that part that goes kind of around about half the eyeball, 3/4 of the eyeball, at the back. That is where the cones are located. That's where you pick up the light and that it helps diffuse the light and picks up colors and things of that nature. Okay? The correct vision, if the eyeball is slightly too long or too short, the image on the retina will be out of focus. And that's what happens, especially as you get older sometimes. This is what happens. Fortunately, wearing glasses or contact lenses can correct this type of vision problems. Concave lenses are used to correct nearsightedness, and convex is used for farsighted.
Do you have
Okay. Okay, you see up here a nearsighted, you see it. A nearsighted means that you can see things nearby, okay, very clear, but you can't see off in the distance very well. So you see here, it shows you the eyeball has stretched out, is a little longer than it needs to be, and so the focal point is not where it needs to be. But if you put the concave lenses in, it will bring that focal point in where it's hitting the retina at the right place, and you can see. Farsightedness is when it's a little shorter than it should be, and a convex lens will help it focus that focal point again back on the retina, so you can see clearly. And sometimes, you someone like me, you have what they call bifocals, where up here it helps you to see a distance, and down here it helps you to be able to read. So it's a twofer, okay? And there is trifocals,
That's why they're called
which I would fall down steps if I tried to wear those. Okay.
I'm
So-
nearsighted.
All right, I'm gonna show you something real quick that they'll look at in a minute. This is an optical illusion thing that we're going to be looking at. Look at that. Okay. See this little thing right there? And we're going to spin it. And you see, I don't know if you can see it that well on this or not, but you'll see it on the top. It looks kind of weird. Then we'll do it the opposite way. And it looks right the, look at that, where's it at, where's it at? Okay, it's right the opposite. Okay, and then you do it on the top, and it looks a little weird again. Okay, so that's one of the things that they're going to be doing here in just a second. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. There's going to be another video and some questions. You don't have to watch the whole video that I'm going to send you. About, I think, the first 5 minutes. If you watch that, it's pretty cool. Okay, bye.